Just about everything we covered about color styles in the previous lesson applies directly to text as well, with a few small differences that are naturally specific to text. Now, let's take a look at all the ins and outs of text styles in Framer. Just like we did for colors, I'll start by selecting a layer to create a style from. With my heading here selected, I'll head down to the text section of the properties panel where we see styles, and then a button here where we can view all of the text styles that are in our project. Currently, there aren't any, so I'll click to create a new style, and then I get to choose a heading tag or a paragraph tag. Now, if you're not familiar with these heading tags, they are in order of hierarchical importance, from 1 being the top most important heading on the page, usually the largest, usually the first heading on the page, all the way down to heading 6 or H6, which is the least significant, least important, and least hierarchically dominant heading that we have on the page. Since this style is always going to be used for the main heading on any given page, I'm going to choose heading 1. And that's it. Now we have our heading 1 style that we can go and apply to all of the main headings on all of the pages of our site. But we only have one H1 on this page, so let's do another example. I'm going to grab the price down here, which is another pretty dominant heading that we have, and I'll create a new style, and this one I'll name heading 2, because hierarchically, this is below that main heading that we have at the top. Cool. So now that we have a heading 2, I can select this other price and I can choose heading 2 to apply it. And you might be thinking, okay, nothing really happened, but what happened was this layer became connected to the style. And now that both of these text layers are connected to the style, I can go and edit it. And now all of these properties are connected to the style, therefore connected to all of the layers that share that style. So just for the sake of example, I'll play with the size here. So you can see that both of these text layers do in fact change together. But we also have this one in the middle. So let me select that, and I'm going to apply the same text style to that one as well, that heading 2. Now it looks like it disappeared because part of the definition of this heading 2 is the color black. But for our convenience, so that we don't have to create extra styles for different colors and alignment, we can actually come over here on the properties panel and we can override the color. We can also override the alignment, but I'm going to override the color here to make it white, and all of the other properties besides the color are still connected to heading 2. So again, if I go and edit this, it is still just like the other two. All 3 of them are still connected to this heading 2 style. We just don't have to worry about the color issue because we're able to override colors individually on a layer by layer basis. And if I wanted this layer to completely deviate from the style, I changed my mind, I can come up here and click this little X to detach from the style. And then I get my regular text properties back where I can make a change and it won't affect anything else but this layer. Now let's look at how to edit and manage our text styles. Again, I'm going to jump to another version of this document where I've created and applied text styles everywhere that makes sense. And if I head over here to the assets panel again, you'll see that now we have our color styles from earlier, we have our link styles from earlier, and we have our text styles, which I've just created. And much like our other types of styles, we can sort them alphabetically, we can create new folders, or we can create a new style directly from the assets panel here. And we can also click the ellipsis here next to a style in order to rename it, duplicate it, or delete it. But you'll notice that delete is actually grayed out for this heading. The reason for that is that you can't delete a text style that is currently being used on a text layer somewhere in the document. Unlike color styles, which will detach themselves automatically, text styles are a little bit more serious in that regard. So in this case, I would want to click on the ellipsis, choose find so we can figure out which text layer is the one that this is applied to. And on my homepage here, I have this particular text layer, which I can then go and detach from the text style. Now, if I head back over to the assets panel and look again, delete is still grayed out. That's actually because if I go to find, it turns out there's another page. We actually get the title of the page where this style is being used on a layer. And if I click on that, it'll take me directly to that other page. And I can see that I actually have kind of a style guide here for myself where I have the style applied here as well. So I'm going to detach it from there. And now we should be good to go. Back over to heading 3. It's not being used anywhere. Now I have the option to delete it. And one last thing that I want to show you is if you have two similar styles, like in this case, I have this H1 and this H2, and the main difference here is just a size of 60 versus a size of 50. What I could do is click the ellipsis and say that I would like to replace this entire style with the style of heading 1. And with this, it's going to go in one big batch, find every layer using heading 2, and switch it to heading 1. And then since heading 2 isn't applied to any layers anymore, I can come back here and I can delete it as well. And then the very last thing you might have noticed on that overflow menu is that when I click, for example, on this H1 heading, there's the option here to apply it to all H1s. Now you might be thinking, if I had text somewhere in my document that was considered a heading 1, wouldn't it be considered heading 1 because it's connected to this heading 1 style already? And the answer is no. You can define text as a heading 1, a heading 2, a heading 3, a paragraph, etc., without connecting it to a style. So before you even go and set up your styles, you may have already determined that a heading should be considered an H1. And that's at the very bottom of the properties panel in the accessibility section. There's something here called a tag where we can say to a search engine or to a screen reader that this is hierarchically the top level of heading. And if we've done so without applying a style, we can quickly just go to the assets panel and use that option that says apply to all H1s. In one click, that'll apply our heading 1 style to every text layer that has an H1 tag. And there you have it. Now you know how color, text, and link styles help you to create a solid foundation to make your design process more efficient and your projects more consistent. So spend a little extra time up front to get your styles dialed in, and you'll save countless hours of tedious, unnecessary work for yourself down the road. That's it for this one, but stay tuned because in the next lesson, we're going to look at how to theme our color styles for light mode and dark mode.